Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I wanted to make this quick little video to show you guys how to get some better audio out of your USB microphones. I'm using the Blue Yeti. So, this is how it sounds straight out of the box. So, I hope this video helped you guys out. I think it's freaking awesome that you can do this. You can literally take that Blue Yeti and just upgrade it to sound like a much more expensive microphone. Now, a couple things we want to do is set our gain all the way down. Set the Blue Yeti gain all the way down. Make sure it's on cardioid mode. And I have mine on a boom arm. It's about 6 inches away from my mouth. In Windows recording devices, I have it set to 100. And as you can see, it's picking up a lot of background noise. It'll pick up everything: pets, kids, your furnace, your AC, cars going on outside. The Blue Yeti will pick up absolutely everything, and your people in Discord don't want to hear that. Your stream doesn't want to hear that, and you certainly don't want to have that in any kind of recordings. So what I'm going to show you today is going to work for OBS, Facebook Messenger, Skype, Discord, anything that you're going to use your microphone with. The first thing you would need are some plugins by Reaper. So go into Google, type Reaper VST. It's these RIA plugs. Get the 64-bit version. Download and install these. Next thing you will need is called Equaliser Api. You can get it from sourceforge.net. Download it here. Okay, so after you install Equaliser Api, you need to install it onto your microphone. So pick your microphone, install the APO. You'll have to restart your computer, but after that, we don't have to worry about restarting anything. So after you're done restarting your computer, go to this config page. Just remove everything that's on the page by clicking this red minus button. Okay, so on the config.txt, we're going to add device, choose your microphone. Mine's the Blue Yeti. And then we want to add another one, control. Go to include. Okay, you can right click here, click new, text document. I'll just call mine a test. Click it and open it up. And then you'll see it over here. So I got my Yeti test document over here. So the first thing we want to do before we mess with any settings is make sure our input volume, our input gain is about the right level. You know, I'm pushing to be hitting somewhere. If you look on my OBS, I'm hitting in the yellow each time I'm talking. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be too quiet, and you don't want to be too loud. So ideally somewhere between like about around -12, -10, that's a good place to be hitting, you know, the louder parts of your speech. And you can see down here the background noise that I currently have in the room. So the first thing we're going to want to do is address that. So we go into plugins, VST plugins, program files, VST plugins, RIA plugs. And the first one we're going to do is this RIA.js. Open panel, load, go down to Stillwell, and click expander. So this is a downward expander. It's basically going to squish all of our background noise down to like an inaudible level. So my background noise is about 40 decibels. 45. So I want to make sure the threshold is somewhere above that. So anywhere in here would be fine. I've found that like 32. We don't want it interfering with our voice. So you can see like this quietest parts of my speech, like the trail ends of it, is hitting somewhere probably about like 28. like the real quiet parts. So I'm just gonna set mine at 32 with the ratio. You can do like 3, maybe 4. 4 is a little high, but we'll try 4. Detection RMS, attack 1, and release 100. We'll apply that. And now you can see down here, look at the background noise. You can probably hear it too. It's almost completely gone. So that's the first major step. Next one we're going to add is a noise gate. So a noise gate is basically doing the same thing, but we're going to set a couple things in here to make it just a little bit better. So on the threshold here, we want to set it somewhere somewhere where it's not going to interfere with the voice, because a gate is basically allowing the signal to pass through. So if we set this too high, our speech is going to be cut off, especially like the beginnings of the of words. You know, words that start with like an S or a TH sound are much quieter than your normal speech. Those will be cut off. And too low and it won't do anything. So for me, looking down here, 28 seems like it should be a pretty safe area. So for attack, I'm gonna make mine 50. That'll be kind of like it gives it a little bit of a fade in. Hold, I want mine open decently long. 400 milliseconds. Release 300. Hysteresis is like when you begin talking, how much longer the gate will stay open. Like how many decibels under will the gate stay open. It's basically a closed gate. So if we're opening at 28, we set the hysteresis at -5. It'll keep staying open until 33. Okay, and now for this low pass and high pass, we're gonna set it to where the gate will respond. So really, anything above 8,000 hertz, I don't want the gate to open up. And anything under like 600 hertz, I don't want the gate to open up. Because even though, you know, a lot of my voice is under 600 hertz, there's plenty of my voice that goes above 600 to where, you know, I don't want anything under 600 opening the gate. That'll be like things like table bumps, you know, subwoofers, cars driving by will not open the gate, but it doesn't affect your audio quality. So we'll set that. Okay, so those two first steps are really important to getting much better audio. This will help a lot with all that random noise. Like you already don't hear the dehumidifier. If I turn my furnace on or my AC on, you wouldn't be hearing that. Even like, you know, someone talking to you in the same room, you know, chances are if they're 10 feet away from you, they're not going to be hitting over 28 decibels, so the gate's not going to open up. And you know, you're going to have to fine tune some of these numbers to your situation, your voice, your microphone. All right, so now the next one we're going to add in here is a compressor. I like mine at -12 here on the threshold. So compressor is going to make it quieter. Anything that goes above the threshold. So anytime I'm hitting over -12 here, it's going to start squishing it down. Okay, so my attack's going to be 5. Our release will be 30 milliseconds. I'm going to take off the classic attack. Ratio of 3:1. E size 0. RMS 5 is fine. So that's done with that. So anytime you get really loud, it's starting to compress it down a little bit. So you're not going to end up clipping. And if you're streaming or talking on Discord or whatever, you're not going to get too loud and obnoxious. That helps control that a little bit. Again, you can play around with some of these settings and find what works for you. All right, now the last one we're going to add is just to make us sound better. So we're going to get an EQ here. And I think on the Yeti anyway, it kind of lacks some of the low end. And This will give us a little bit more presence, kind of a little bit more of a radio broadcasty kind of sound. So first thing I'm going to add in here is a high pass at 50 hertz. I'll leave it at that. For 2, I'm going to go to 85 on the frequency with a gain of 9. I'm going to leave that as default. That's a 2 bandwidth. Number 3, I'm going to go over to 400. The gain of -6 decibels. Number 4 will be a high shelf at 5,000. Gain of 9. I want to move this up to 2.5. And then, yeah, low pass at 19,000. Hit apply. And now this is what we sound like. So this should be much better audio quality. It's going to cut out a lot of keyboard noise. It's going to just clean up the audio. And you're going to start sounding a lot better. So if you're one of those people that bought a Blue Yeti from thinking it was an upgrade from a headset mic, but then everyone complained because they could hear absolutely everything happening inside your house or your room, then do this. It's going to work for everything you have, whether it's OBS, Discord, anything you're using your microphone for. We got all these filters applying. So I hope this video helped you guys out. I think it's freaking awesome that you can do this. You can literally take that Blue Yeti and just upgrade it to sound like a much more expensive microphone. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.